Can you hear me now? Oh, you can hear me now. Fuck yeah, dude. I've been babbling. Oh my god, what are we at? Like fucking 3 minutes already, and I just been babbling. Okay, and I can hear it coming out of the tablet. Okay, let's restart this. So, Chiliad Mystery is not fucking dead. Okay. Um, I have. First of all, I have to tell you that I have things to do, so this is going to be a short stream. It's only going to be 30, 45 minutes maybe. You will hear my dryer going off in the background. That will be the signal for the bringing it to a close. But so what I'm doing is I am starting the game over from the very beginning, and I'm going to do a decision conscious playthrough where I speak my mind on everything that I see and everything that I have to do. Such as the first thing that comes to mind is during the prologue in North Yankton. One of the first fucking very what am I trying to say? Informative things, other than what's going on around the Christmas tree. We'll talk about that later once we have it on screen. But when Michael tells Trevor after he shoots, oh god, I know that fucking guard's name from watching Vipers content, from watching Dark Vipers content. Oh, I know his fucking name. I want to give him the respect because he dies at the beginning of the game. Anyway, Jarvis, maybe? I don't know, something like that. I tried. So, the first thing Michael says right there is, after you shoot him, he says, Jesus T, you didn't have to do that. That right there is a clue to the rest of the game. I think there are several Easter eggs. I'm clued into maybe 3 or 4 of them. Possible different process-driven ones. You know what? Let me get the game started over real quick while I'm babbling, because I don't want to play it windowed like that, and I don't like the way it's coming across on the screen. No, I didn't mean to go to settings. Sorry. Oh God, calm down. Sorry, caffeine, sugar. You know, we're going 110 right now, and my nose won't stop running. I'm gonna be pissed if I'm sick. I gotta work. I need to work. I gotta make money. I don't feel sick. Maybe it's just allergies or something. Okay. We're restarting the game right now, so bear with me. Okay, it still says it's running. Okay, now click and play. I need to set up my scenes, you know, so you guys have something to look at rather than a black screen and just listen to me babble. But hopefully this thing will launch full screen like it's supposed to. So back to the eggs. Now Lamar himself standing. Lamar himself, eggs, man, eggs online. Okay, so I've heard Laszlo talk about discoverables and all this different shit. I think there's a bunch of Easter eggs. The most common numbers associated with eggs are 6 and 12. Damn it, why are you opening windowed? Oh, I don't need this right now. I want you to function correctly. Jesus Christ, don't try to piss me off right now. Fucking stop. See, this bipolar disorder. Gotta love it. Especially being an intelligent person. When I start seeing fucking patterns like this game doing this over and over again, it's like, I'm trying to accomplish something here, and you are a computer. You need to fucking cooperate, as you normally do, and stop throwing wrenches into fucking works. It just pisses me off. Anyway, fucking try this again. Like, I'm trying to achieve something here. I'm trying to explain something to people. You guys want the information. I want to talk about it, but I keep getting distracted by the bullshit that comes with just trying to get the fucking game to start. This game is notorious for being a dildo. Alright, I may just go windowed if I have to, and you guys will just have to deal with that, but I think I can change it in the settings. Anyway, so the most common numbers associated with eggs: a dozen and a half dozen. Those are the two most common numbers. Um, so there's a possibility that there are 12 significant Easter eggs in this game. Most likely because 6 is coming out. They've had 6 planned since, I don't know what, like a year into GTA 5. The significance being that I think there might be 6 large Easter eggs. One of them having something to do with possibly landing on the moon, or hey, it went full screen, awesome. Possibly landing on the moon, or some of my hints point at pulling the moon out of the sky, like hooking it, reeling it in. Like there's some old stories like fishing for the moon and shit like this. I'm not real familiar with them stories, but this game is all about mirroring pop culture. So everything from fucking stories to music, whether it's in the game or not, they have tapped into music, just 70s, 80s, 60s, all that shit, movies, all that shit, and they have created Easter eggs based around them. There is a song that really got me going, got me started on this whole fucking thing, and it's by the band Yes, and it's called Roundabout. Should I pull up lyrics right now while the game's loading? Yeah, hold on, give me just a second here. Show me the lyrics to Roundabout by Yes. Hopefully I don't get like demonetized for speaking fucking lyrics. I hear Taylor Swift is coming down on that shit lately. Okay, I can't play the song, so let me turn it down and butcher y'all eardrums. Shortly. Excuse me. I don't know if you guys heard that or not, but my stomach grumbled all the way up through my nose. Come on, enough with the frickin' commercials. Okay, Roundabout from the album Fragile, 1971, by the band Yes. Okay, give me just a second here. I just want to do some of this lyric analysis real quick. I gotta get some lyrics up on the screen. Okay, here we go. This song really, really got me going. Like, got me thinking. The heaviest lyric, you know, I can't do this with the YouTube video. I keep having to fast forward through it. I'm trying to think. What I'm gonna do is I need to pull up. Why did it do YouTube like that? Is it because I had YouTube open when I asked for that? Yes, Roundabout lyrics. Hopefully it brings up some text. There we go. Okay. Roundabout by Yes. I'll be the roundabout. The words will make you out and out. I spend the day your way. Call it morning driving through the sound and in and out of the valley. The music dance and sing. They make the children really ring. I spend all day your way. Call it morning driving through the sound. So, just those lyrics. Mind you, that's not even the whole song. I gotta tap on it to bring up the whole song. God damn it. Why can't I see? I didn't ask for half of the fucking lyrics. I asked for the lyrics, not half of them. And there's nothing to tap on so that I can fucking bring up the rest of them. Can I see all of the lyrics to Roundabout by Yes? Jesus. I should just remember genius.com because that's genius.com for all your lyrics needs. Alright, Roundabout. I'll be the roundabout, the words will make you out. Now, I spend the day your way. That's a key lyric. I spend the day your way. So that's a reference to hanging out with someone else and doing the things they want to do. So maybe you listen to the dialogue between the two of you throughout the game and whatever their things are, whether it's drinking, going on a rampage, darts, you know, whatever the activity. You hang out with that person and do that particular thing. Call it morning driving through the Sound and in and out the valley. So that right there, that's just telling you straight up, to drive in and out of the hills in the valley and whatnot. Um, let's see here. Define sound as it. I can't even fucking. God damn it. Brain not braining. What I need to say. I need to make sure my Google foo is on point. Sound in reference to rivers. Define sound in reference to rivers. Sorry, I don't understand. That fucking figures. Anyway, so a sound, when it comes to a river or like a valley or something like that, is a particular thing. I don't remember exactly what it is, but it's a particular thing.
What do you need, boss? You take
So, okay, so it's Halloween online. We've got rain constantly. You know what? Do I really want to do an analysis test right now? Because, or do I really want to do this right now, or do I want to change what I'm talking about? Because these are the conditions. These are the fucking conditions. The only condition that's not met right now is the moon. What time is it? All right, it is. Let's see. That's due west, and it's 5:42 in the morning. So the sun is already coming up. The sun's gonna break the horizon over there in the east in about 30 seconds. No, 20 seconds. There's Nemo in the clouds. So, if we have a sunrise with the moon right, come on, Bill, think. Oh, there's Nemo again. Two Nemos in the sky at the same time. Is there another one? There is, right there. It's just lit up.
Christ, move already!
Man, I want to start the decision conscious playthrough, but these are the conditions. I just don't know if the moon is in the right swing. I know closer to Halloween, the moon is going to stay low and it's going to be huge. And I know that is a defining condition. It's the 9 p.m. moon. It's the lowest moon. And shout out Kevin, because he taught me, or he didn't teach me, but he clued me into the martini glass. And I think the martini glass is, if you take the top corner of the map, you come down at a 45-degree angle, wherever that crosses seems to be a significant point, which is somewhere right around here. Now, if you imagine that there's a line coming down from up here, and then a line coming down from up here to whatever the center point is, which is actually, I found the center of the map. For anybody curious, the center of the map is right about here on a hilltop. So I think those lines intersect up here, like right about here somewhere. So with the idea of an upside down triangle and this being the bottom point, I think basically when the moon is somewhere along this northern edge, you do something. Let's see. You know what? I'm just going to continue with some of these explanations and do some, show you guys some of my rationale linking. What makes me think what? Okay, so what we'll do is we'll continue to follow up on the martini glass, since it is something that seems rather significant. I think the point of the martini glass is to give you an idea of the window. Windows are glass. It's to give you an idea of the time window, or maybe the placement window. Get your fucking truck off my bike, you motherfucker. Son Son of a bitch, dude. I've never had to do this. And now there's another truck. Bruh. Taking out my eye. Eye on my bike. Look at that. Fucking broke my shit. Bastard. Nobody breaks my shit but me. Okay. Martini glass. Bear with me here. I should get a flying vehicle. I will at some point. But where we're going is to the bar up north. The gay bar, actually. I imagine I'll be ejected from this bike momentarily. That's the crazy thing about it. It's super fast and it's super fun, but dude, this bike will kill you. Look at that, I'm almost dead already. Just from that one. Oh, come on. I was holding L1. Oh, I forgot I accidentally bought fucking weak ass armor. Alright, we'll get to the gay bar soon enough.
Good to see you. How you doing?
Oh, I don't know. I'm sick. I think I'm just congested from smoking too much weed, honestly. Alright, so this is Singleton's Gay Bar. I think the S and the curl around there is significant of a flight pattern. Like you fly up, you do a front circle, like a front loop, and then come back and go higher than you were before, you see? Now, I also believe that we are in a box. Okay, imagine a filing box that like businesses use for their taxes and information and stuff. The top of the box just comes right off. The top of the box is actually a little bit bigger than the box itself. Okay, they usually come in like stacks of them unfolded, and as you want to use them, you have to take them out and fold them up like a pizza box. You know what I mean? So that style of box. Imagine that in order to get out of that box, you have to go up and over the wall of the box underneath the lid, right? But if you keep going straight, you're going to still hit the lid. So you need to go down, like an upside down U, like go up the inside of the wall, over the top of it without hitting the top, and then down the outside of it. And then possibly after going down for a few seconds, you need to straighten back out and continue to try to go whatever direction you were going. That is a getting off the map theory. Those theories of mine, mind you, I'm being 100% clear here. I don't care who solves this. I just want it known that I want it solved. I've been thinking about it for a long time to put my information out there, and I'm doing it now. So that's what this is. Let's see. We'll talk about the martini glass in just a second once I finish talking about going up over the wall. So imagine the wall is like maybe right here, the top of the wall. You know what? It's easier if I use a gun. So I can just put a dot up there and it will go away. Okay, imagine the top of the wall is right here. Or like along here somewhere, you know? And you fly up toward it, loop around, you're upside down at this point, obviously, and then up and over the wall. Like maybe this loop gives you a little extra stank to get up and over the wall. I have 3 ideas about that theory. One being, if you do it right, you can actually take off in the direction of Vice City. Another one being a reference to Tahiti. Tahiti's only mentioned in the game once. I'm not really sure which direction it is from Los Angeles, but it may be that direction. And it also may involve twisting upside down to get over the wall like a breaching dolphin. Like as you come up over the top of the wall, you have to be maybe upside down. I'm not sure. Mind you, that wall is invisible. It's the one that makes your helicopter fucking peter out and you start falling out of the sky. Martini glass. Okay, so you got a martini glass right there, right? Is there a bigger one? I think there's a bigger one. No, the reason I think it's bigger is, or I think there's a bigger one, is because I'm always zoomed in on it like this. Man, if I'm gonna do this, I should really uninstall this game and reinstall the enhanced version. Okay, so you see the martini glass, you see the olive, and you see the give me a second here. I want to make sure I explain this right, so I'm being quiet for a second. Okay, so this being that point that I was talking about on the map. Is this guy gonna grief me? Please don't fucking grief me. This point right here, being the bottom of the martini glass, right? Oh, you can even see it through the water. Okay, so we're looking at the martini glass right now. We're not looking at the map. So the olive would possibly be like right here somewhere. Okay. the what is that? The toothpick that the olive is on. Let's say the olive is right here. The toothpick is going up at this angle, which is not parallel to the edge of the glass. Notice that. It is not parallel to the edge of the glass. It is a steeper angle. I think if you were to use the center of this up and down as a reference for 0 degrees, I believe this martini is sitting at a 27-degree relationship, or the toothpick is at a 27-degree relationship to 90. I'm not positive. If I had my camera and one of my notes that I have handy, I could actually show you guys, because I have it written down on a piece of paper at 27-degree angle, so I can hold it up to the screen and compare it to things. Right here we have an I shape, the oval with the kind of pointed ends. There's a little something going on right here that I'm not really too sure what it is with those 2 black dots. Those could be stars, because some of the stars are 2 dots that are very close together that they appear at different angles in relationship to each other, but they also appear frequently in the sky, and there's a bit of a pattern to them that I haven't quite deciphered yet. The olive also looks a little bit like it could be some sort of hole, so that supports another theory that I have about crashing planes. Now, with 9/11 being so sensitive and buildings, I have not tried to do much plane crashing here in the city because it just doesn't fucking feel right as an American. That's just being honest. I've done a couple of them, but God, just feel like, especially with the political climate nowadays, if I start crashing planes into buildings in a video game, people are somebody's gonna trip. Fucking I'm getting labeled as a terrorist because I'm crashing planes in a video game. Like, what the fuck? This country is starting to get really weird. It's almost sucking. I'm getting more and more wanting to leave. Anyway, so that crash point could be somewhere around here. Now, there are several points on this mountain that that could be crash points too. The old adage, knocking a chip off your shoulder, somewhere right along here, there's a spot that when you're over here looking up at the mountain, you see a shoulder right here. You literally see like a shoulder of the mountain. Now, it's really predominant from this side. You can see one. It's actually, I think, this piece of road. Where is it? Right here somewhere. It's actually almost flat. And you can see that from down here. I'm getting off track. Anyway, knock a chip off your shoulder. Might be a Easter egg. Shoulder the mountain, hit it with a plane if the conditions are right. I I think this implies the conditions, or at least the position of the moon. Maybe the moon needs to be black, because there's a lot that has to do with reverse in this, and the what am I trying to say? A lot of it has to do with reverse and things being reversed or opposites. That's what I'm trying to say. So that could signify a new moon, the black moon. The word cock being highlighted might have something to do with Trevor, because he is a cock. He's a dick. Michael is an asshole. Okay, there's a difference between dicks and assholes. Dicks are straight up. They're right out in your fucking face. I'm kind of a dick. Assholes are real sneaky about shit and do a lot of lying. Trevor is one of the most honest people I've ever seen. His character is, anyway. Michael is one of the most dishonest people I've ever seen. And those two things lead to other Easter eggs that I will discuss in the future. Easter eggs that I think are also process driven, that involve morality and such, and shifting morality. Okay, this is a story of people growing, as well as a story of criminals. So, at different points throughout the story, different moral decisions might be the correct ones. Like maybe because Friedlander asks about his sexual tendencies. Maybe before that point, if you know the game well enough, you know that's coming up. Maybe before that, you try to bang as many hookers as you can, because that might influence that conversation. Because I've heard little things different in conversations when I play through the game over and over again. I have a 100% save file on this computer with this game. I have noticed that with that in my possession, it's not obviously physically in my possession, but I have it on my computer, the game recognizes that and gives me different dialogue. Something tells me that if you have 3 100% games, all with different endings, A, B, and C, you may be able to get some sort of different results. Those endings are also, in my opinion, tied to moral choices. If you start the game knowing that you're going to kill Michael, or Trevor for that matter, I think you need to play the character a certain way. Like, give them their best life, even though you're going to take it from them at the end. You need to give them their best life. Try to make the decisions the best, you know. I actually need to sit down and go over my notes, because I have a lot of these theories written down. Let's see. Let's go back to the martinis for just a second. So, oh, this tint's from the fucking costume I'm wearing. I forgot. I was doing some testing with this costume on, and I actually thought I had a legit result in one of my last streams. I'm flying around in this costume, blowing shit up, and then all of a sudden there's a lightning bolt, and I'm like, oh my god! I even texted Kevin. I'm like, bro, and then fucking turned out it was because I got too close to one of the the Halloween UFOs, and when it disappeared, there was lightning. It happened right at the exact time I got the 4th star too. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, oh, what's going on here?
Noble about growing your own vegetables. Whatever.
Appearance, outfit. Which one of these is which? Yeah, that'll work. Okay, so yeah, get out of here. Fuck out. The C and the O kind of also imitate the loopiness. Not exactly, but the loopiness of the S and singletons. Let's see if there's anything else around here. So that happy hour sign points left, which would be west, and it signifies going up before going west. That has led me to actually trying to determine at which point the sun goes below the altitude of the highest point.
What up, homie?
Here, let me show you guys something. I should probably have chat up in case anybody has any questions. I don't even know if anybody's in here. When I started Googling, I took it off the tablet. So now I'm just like, I don't know if the stream's still going. I imagine it is. This is more about conveyance of information at this point. I really don't have any fan base to get any feedback from or any questions. I'm hoping that you guys, some of you guys will see this and have some questions, because that's what's gonna expand this whole thing. That's what's gonna help us figure it all out, is asking each other questions, because I've had some recent epiphanies just communicating with Kevin. CHILIAD, for those of you that don't know. The dude knows a lot. Let's see. What am I trying to do? I'm trying to call my jet. No. Manage vehicles. There it is. It's destroyed every fucking time. It's because I always destroy it testing. I need to remember from now on. I had a good habit of it at one point, of just
Force Mutual
simply
Insurance. How can we help you?
calling these guys
Sure.
the minute the minute I got in the game, just to make sure that I had everything that I would need, so I wouldn't have to do it like I'm doing it right now. It's not the mechanic though, it's in the sub menu. It's gonna appear behind me. Yeah. Everything appears behind you in this game. So like if you're trying to spawn a car, look away from where you want it to spawn. Like if I wanted this car to spawn right here, I'd make the call from right over here and stay facing this direction. Because if even the camera's facing this direction, the car will spawn in this direction. The only vehicle that I've seen that does not adhere to that rule is the Sparrow. It still appears behind you most of the time, but I've seen it appear right in front of me. Alright, so I'll show you something. We're going to go all the way to the top. And if I'm not mistaken, right around 5 p.m., it's now 4:30. Right around 5 p.m. is when the sun actually enters the environment, like comes down below the top of the wall. I have a video that I took of this also that I'm going to share on stream soon, but like I said, I'm waiting for the dryer and then you guys will work. Alright, we're at our highest point now, so we should fall down. See, we've fallen. Okay, that might be what Dr. Dre's referencing in the song Fallen Up, because we are up, and if we continue to keep going up, we fall. Let's see, so that dot represents straight out in front from the jet, right? We're at the highest point right now. So when the sun touches that dot, that is it coming down below the ceiling. Now you also notice that right now we are pointed southwest. The sun is actually not even going to set right here due west. It's going to set over here a little further to the north. Probably right around where that cloud is. I think that cloud is also special. I think that cloud represents this spot right here. I'll go into this whole thing shortly, once we're done watching the sun come down. Actually, you know what? Since we can see it in the background, I'll talk about this right now. I think this represents that cloud that we're pointed at. I think this represents an arm and a hand. You know how if you stick your hand out the window of a car while you're driving, you can kind of fly it. That's what it looks like to me. Like this is knuckles. This is the fingertips. This is the thumb kind of tucked in. It could also represent a halo, meaning like angelic. That kind of ties to Michael possibly being needing to be good. This right here, I'm not really sure. It almost looks like something. The fact that it's straight left and right like this and almost a perfect upside down triangle is fishy to me. This back here almost looks like the hammer of a gun, making this whole thing almost look like a sniper rifle, which made me start thinking at one point that we need to shoot at that cloud. This looks like a hand pointing at the top of this hand, as well as like over the circle. You can't see it because there's too much light in the background, but there is a shape right here that looks like an egg, almost like a jelly bean, and this finger is pushing into the side of it. Let me see if is there a dark part of the screen that I can use then? You can't really see it. The darker the image on the screen, the better you can see the highlights underwater, and that is very important. The way this thing just kind of sticks out like this almost looks like part of a wrench, and that ties to bolts, lightning bolts, wrenches, lightning. Okay, so we are still at the highest point. Now you'll also notice the clouds right now looking very suspicious. They're all kind of stringy in that direction, similar to the Chiliad mural. They kind of I feel like they're telling me to go that direction. You think I should fly toward that? See, this is my problem, is I will sit here and be analyzing stuff and I'll be like, man, let's just run an experiment right now, fuck it. And then I'm back in this position later where I don't have any actual results because I ran an vetted experiment, you know, like an unplanned one. I know that from somewhere over here, when the sun goes behind that cloud, it looks like a basketball going into a hoop. But we don't have enough time to get that far north since we're over the city right now. We're over Mirror Park. Notice how the sun is over here right now, okay? And this cloud is over here. So, let's see what it's going to do. Oh, there goes the dryer. See that? God, this is what makes me want to just fucking fly into it. I'm doing it. We're going. Fucking yeet. We're going. We're doing it. What if we solve it right now? That'd be the shit. Wouldn't that be fucking sick? I know the moon is behind me right now. And that makes sense because the moon Sometimes I think I see shit in the clouds, but now my suspicion is that if the moon is in the right orientation, I could have been flying toward an eclipse. But right now the moon is behind us, see? Now if you do this in single player, Trevor starts tripping. Well, if you're in a helicopter, Trevor starts tripping. Come on, start, you piece of shit. And if you mess with the stick and kind of go left and right with the flow of the helicopter, you can keep it running, but not to the extent that it stays in the air. I've been experimenting and trying to get as far as I can by keeping it running. When I land in the water, I've been trying to kill the shark. I've been trying to fight it. To no avail. I've punched it a few times with Trevor on expanded and enhanced, but I have not, or PS5 and expanded and enhanced on PC, but I have not been able to get this version to successfully punch a shark. Nor have I made it out there with a knife. Something tells me you can use a knife to kill a shark. The original map that came with the 360 version, I don't think there were any sharks in the ocean, were there? There were no animals, right? But there was a shark. There's a shark in the map, on the map, down here near Kevin's, one of Kevin's discoveries down here. There's on the old 360 map, there's actually like the silhouette of a shark. Now, see what I was talking about with the underwater stuff being more visible when you have something dark in the background? So what I will commonly do is try to find something dark to look at. In first person. Like, that's pretty dark. Yeah, so you can see all kinds of cool shit down there. You can see it better from further away, obviously, because the highlights of that bush aren't, they keep it from being completely black, but let's see. So Kevin was talking about this island. To me, it looks like a goofy shark with a big old goofy nose. It reminds me of a cartoon character. These signify something in this direction. That might be where the moon needs to be when you possibly shoot it. Another Easter egg. This right here also looks like a fish. Looks like a fat shark jumping over something. Or maybe because it's flat right here on the bottom, it's beached or something. I don't know. This is obviously Beavis. So he's obsessed with fire, right? So I have burned the living shit out of this place to still no avail. This looks like a mask. I want to say macabre is probably not the right word, but let's see what else. This right here almost looks like an alien or something having a good time sliding down some mountain or something. You know, and then maybe going down under something into a hole. This zigzag pattern appears all over the place too. It's up, over, and then up. It's almost like a juke. Like they're wanting you to juke something. And I'll get into that further at some point too, because that symbolism is in the street all over the fucking place. This also kind of looks like somebody face planting on a rock. Legs, one of the arms sticking up, and the head obviously would be smashed into the rock. This looks something like a head looking this direction. but you know, making this look like a backpack. Not really sure what to make of it. This obviously looks like a wiener. This looks like a cow or something that is intrigued. Like, huh? It reminds me of an old cartoon. I'm not sure which one. This right here looks like a dragon's head. Just a very basic outline of it. This looks like a human heart. Whoa! Bro. Is that the heart we're looking for? No way. No fucking way. No way. You get the fuck out of here with that shit. See, this is how it goes. This is how it goes. I start looking for stuff and then I find new stuff. This is exactly how it goes. If you can handle me being all over the place like this, jump from one thing to another, looking like Charlie in front of the fucking board with the red strings on it, then you're welcome here. Otherwise, you might want to go find somebody else to watch. Let's see. Shatka. This battle. I gotta go investigate that fucking island now. It did not ever occur to me that that looks like a human heart. When's the sun coming up? I need the sun to come up. So there's a song. I should have finished. I am the most unorganized person in the world. I should do songs, or I should do streams dedicated to song lyrics. I should do streams dedicated to some of these images. Streams dedicated to this, streams dedicated to that. The thing is this whole thing is just so convoluted. Okay, the whole thing is just so blown out of proportion and just diluted on purpose that it's like everything is a red herring. Like the Tahiti thing, they only mention it once. Oh, and if you ever hear me refer to shit rock, that's this outcropping right here, that thing. From the right angle, it looks like a pile of doo-doo. And for a long time, I thought you were supposed to crash a plane into it, like crashing a plane into a pile of shit. Yeah, I need to sit down and isolate clue types. Whether they're shadow clues, map clues, road clues, eye clues. I just need to isolate all those things and do streams dedicated to each one. Otherwise, we're going to be jumping around like this constantly. Where I'm flying from one end of the map to the other, wasting a bunch of time trying to cohesively explain something. Maybe if I give you guys all the details, it'll help you to follow me in my explanation better. Okay. I'm excited to look at this right now. Let's get the overhead view and go up high first. That's why I need the sun to come up. Because this is where all the bodies are too. The Merle Abrams? Infinity 8 killer or whatever. Another aspect of this game I'm not super familiar with. It's only midnight? 1 o'clock? The bug. See, the moon's in the north at midnight right now. What the fuck? See, now I gotta run another experiment and try to fly toward it. Now see the way the horizon has that line right at the ocean? Like, what's up with that? I've also got a theory that if the moon is in a half phase and you are halfway up, right up the middle, like all the halves, you know what I mean? Right up the middle of the map, at the middle of the right height, at the right time, there might be a hole. Nope, not here, not now. See how? Oh yeah, see, it makes him jump out online. Oh yeah, check this out. I'm about to give y'all a huge, huge find, and I don't even know if I've told Kevin about this. But remember earlier I talked about hooking the moon? Watch. The moon right now, 1:30 in the morning, is almost directly north at half phase. Half waxing phase. Okay? Watch this. I'm about to pull that moon into story mode. This might be the hooking the moon. Like pulling the moon. I realized this quite a while ago. Now watch. I'm not sure what time of day it's going to be in game. I'm not sure if the time of day is going to come with us. But the moon phase and position will.
We are Scooter Brothers.
See that? See how it's still raining?
Brother.
Okay? But it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon right now. Wait a minute. It was 1 o'clock in the morning online. Oh, it's 2 in the afternoon now. So was that a 12-hour difference? I didn't bother to see what day it was online. So, what I'm going to do now, unalive myself in an attempt to it should be spawning in the evening now, and I should be able to show you the moon. And I gotta go get my clothes and fucking go to work. Son of a bitch, I got lost. I got lost in the game. 7 in the morning, are you fucking kidding me? So if it's 7 in the morning now, and it's Friday, so that was Thursday with the half wax. Okay, so Thursday with a half wax. So Friday it should be 1 past that, and now if I wake up on Saturday, why is it? Okay, there we go. 7, 6, 5. So it's 5 something p.m. on Friday. Okay, so now it should be 1 stage past half wax. 1 stage past half waxing. Feel like a fucking rapper. I'm 1 stage past half waxing. Make me want to drop my pants and wax it. I'm so immature. That's okay though. I'm gonna be just fine. Alright. So now I got a couple minutes to get somewhere before the sun goes down. And I think where we will go is what I call COM, center of the map. The reason I call it that is because I don't remember exactly what the reference was, but I saw something that that made me think COM, like calm, was important. And eventually one day I was like, COM, center of map? So I went to find it. And the way I did that was using the purple marker. Basically, if you stand somewhere and then go all the way to the edge of the map and then place the marker, it's going to show you how many feet away that is, or how many meters or something. And what I did was I got a left to right reading, and then I got a north to south reading, and dialed it in to where they were even per opposite. Like left and right were even, you know, whatever. And the determination is that, okay, so when you try to fly off the map, you can go further than this. obviously. But from this point to, like, from that edge to, like, right about here, as well as from this edge over here, all the way to right about here, is the same distance. So right about here is the center of the map, on a hilltop. And there's actually some sus shit up there, too. And I'll talk about that when I get up there. But I do need to end this stream at some fucking point and go work. It's already 11:30. I'm not allowed to jump to another clue. I'm only allowed to talk about this and then go to work. Good thing I can work my own. It's just I'm giving up hours right now that are good for money. I gotta stop and get gas and everything. Fuck. Alright. You'll notice on a post I made a picture of what looks like a lizard or a dragon head. And that, for anybody curious, is right over here. I've tried to run into it with planes. I've tried to run into it with planes, and oh, there it is. Uh-oh. Go this way, son of a bitch. Now let's turn a 5-minute trip into a fucking 30-minute trip. Right there to the left. Yep, you gotta land in a fucking tree where I can't get out of it, huh? See, like that rock right there? Oh, yeah. Fucking tree. That shit looks sus. Like when the shadows start to fill out, you'll see something there. Okay, so this looks to me like some sort of dragon head. And it's even got an eye. Right fucking there. I've crashed into this thing, shot it, done everything. If you look at the map, that ridge is like a dragon's back. Like this is a long neck of a dragon. Like this mountain, the center of the map is a sleeping dragon. Like this is its back. I have burned this fucking thing. I've done all kinds of shit. Now, probably not thoroughly enough, but right now we're driving along.
Top of the food chain!
That dragon's fucking, like, this is his backbone, you know what I mean? I know I'm getting distracted on this, but I think this is important. I really feel like part of this Easter egg is to wake this dragon up. Now, see that slit up there in the clouds? That's due south. Well, maybe not due south. Yes, it is due south, because the north indicator on the map is not always dead accurate. Watch, if I point the car at it, the arrow marker will prove on this map that it is south. Oh, it's not. It's at an angle. Anyway, so yeah, like right now we're sitting on the dragon's head. I'm almost sure of it. And this would be don't. That mountain right there to the right is the one we're talking about. See over there. Center of the map. You fucker. You can do to slow me down and keep me ass in this fucking chair. Alright, so the center of the map is approximately right here. Within like 20, 30 feet, whatever direction. That cloud is suspect. Looks like the handle of a pistol, and I think if the moon is in the right position, in the right phase, it will look like a trigger. There's also rocks that appear the shape of that one that's in the middle of the screen with the hump and all that. But yeah, this is the middle of the map. And there's something really suspect right over this side. Let's see if I can see it. I think I saw it initially from a helicopter. There it is. No? Where are you? It's basically the eye shape. I can't remember if it was big and I saw it from a helicopter or if it was small and I was standing here. I think I'm standing in it right now. I've tried to hit this with a plane, several different types of plane. The reasons I think about that are Trevor's always talking about sticking something in something. Whether it's his dick in your eye, well, it's usually his dick. And whether it's your eye and it'll come out your ear or whatever, you know what I mean? Whatever he says to Wade. I'm trying to use the high camera to show you what I was talking about. But I got a feeling the tire marks are going to interfere with what I'm trying to show you. Yeah, right here somewhere is like the eye shape. I'm trying to think. I need to go through my stuff. I need to continue going through my stuff. Notice how standing here, you're directly in line with fucking Zancudo, but it's not true west. You know, it's up at an angle. You know, the same angle as this. So I'm wondering if 9 p.m. when it really starts to get dark and you really start to be able to see the moon. If the moon is up here at 9 p.m., it's at its lowest point. So it's going to start going this way, okay, up and up and up and up, and then by about 3, it's going to be at its highest point over here. And then it's going to start coming back down and be at its lowest point around 9 a.m. opposite 9 p.m. Now it's not directly opposite because the moon is overclocked. So if, let's say I'm not exactly sure of the number. I need to refresh myself on it. This is part of me doing that. There's like 55 or 57 or 58 units around the outside of the map. So let's say the one directly east is unit number 1, and we'll say there's 50 of them, and the one directly west is 50. So if at 9 o'clock p.m. on the nose it's in unit 1, the next night at 9 p.m. it's going to be in unit 2 to the north, and every night after that a further unit per night. Okay, so which will mean eventually after 25 days the moon at 9 p.m. will appear in the 50 or the 25th spot in the west. Okay, it's an overclock by 1 unit. You mix that, whatever that number is, there's mathematics and clockwork here. Okay, there's all kinds of references to hammers and the parts of clocks and cogs and teeth. Okay, there's a lot of references to broken teeth, like hitting something in the face. Okay, and I'm wondering if you're not supposed to hit a clock. See, that's another revelation right there. Am I supposed to hit a clock? Hey, just who I was looking for. Come back here. Fucking stop. No, 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 no. I hate that. That's how I end up in missions online on accident. That fucking phone popping out.
Grandson.
Alright, one last experiment. There's only 2 or 3 clocks I can think of in this game.
This is the spot, right?
Big ones, anyway. Alright. This has to be the final thing I do for the day. I have to get my ass to work. It involves hitting a building in the city. But whatever. I'm not a bad person. You know, and the idea that I'm just disgusted with a lot of the warping of truth and everything lately. It's disgusting. Those Epstein files, they're trying to destroy the United States over them. That tells me that there are so many fucking people on that list. That list has got so many fucking names on it. Oh my god. Foreign governments, everything. Gonna put one hell of a ripple through all of humanity. It already has. And I'm a victim of like sexual abuse and stuff, so this is very close to my heart. We're not gonna go in there. So inside the agency online, there's a piece of art that directly refers to where you at. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? You're down here. There you are. This building. That clock tower. It's not even really a tower, it's just a clock box. I'm just gonna hit it. Fuck it. Why do I feel like that's the button? Why do I feel like I need to nosedive on that? Anybody feel like testing any of this stuff that I'm talking about? Go ahead. Just please give credit where credit is due. You know, if Rockstar acknowledges you and you become some sort of famous or something, not necessarily that I want to be famous. This is more about solving a puzzle. But let's get to it. I mean, there's details everywhere. Look, I'll look for one right now and tell you what I think about it. Okay, so here's the road. Remember I was talking about juking a couple minutes ago? Keep an eye on these black strips. Okay, a lot of them, almost every one of them, go straight and then turn and then go straight again and then turn back to like the original trajectory they were on. Notice how the end of this right here is in line with where it started. Okay, and there's a square at the end of this. So is this telling me to fly straight at a square, possibly that clock face, okay, and then maybe to juke it and then come right back and then hit it? You know, it's like a motion. There's a song in the game that talks about motion. Speedline Miracle Masterpiece. It's all part of the Miracle Masterpiece. That's what this is. This is the Miracle Masterpiece. Okay, and what we are trying to find is a speed line, the fastest line to something. and I think it might be hitting the moon or dragging the moon. If you'll notice that this piece of ground looks just like that island we talked about a moment ago. This one, without the flat belly. You see it? I mean, you can see it on the screen right now. They're nearly similar. They're very similar. That also is very similar to this shape, which is a head, obviously. The eye being right here, the eyebrow being right there, the nose, the mouth. It is also looking in this direction. I'm telling you, like this line right here is significant. I think this might be the angle, you know. Like, I need to go on eBay and order some more maps. That's all there is to it. Like Kevin was talking about broken stars. Was it over here? And that shit blew my mind. I was like, broken fucking stars, what? See, this looks like some sort of shriveled, deformed penis, too. See, there's all kinds of little shits all over the place. Like, there's a bald guy, like an amazed bald guy around here. Where's he at? Like, in the edge here. Like, see all these fucking details? Like, this looks like a hand, like, pointing up at a dot. Like a diamond. Like, it's just, that looks like a face. That looks like a mouth. That's the eye. That's hair. The nose would be right here if there was one. The neck down here. Where's the amazed bald guy? This almost looks like some sort of wheel with teeth on it. This looks like the head of a golf club. Golf club. Come on, where's my amazed dude? I can't believe I can't find one of the oldest things I've been looking at. Did they change the fucking coastline? Oh, there he is. Right here. This is the nose. This is the mouth. This is the chin right here. And the eyes would be right here somewhere. And it's like, this is the top of his head. And he's just looking this direction like, huh? Like, what? Or almost like he's scared. And then if you go out in the water and look at Gordo from this angle, you can actually see a skull around here somewhere. See, this looks like an alien face with the mouth open. That's the tooth. I wonder if that's something you're supposed to hit. See, this is when I usually just start flying around the mountain, or around the map and looking at shit. But I gotta go to work. Oh, man. Oh. If I brought any interest upon you, let's work together. Like Kevin's always saying, if you holla at me, if you feel me. All right? Let's solve this shit. Let's do it as a group. That'd be sick, man. I think that's what they want us to do. That brings me to another thing. Let me talk about this real quick before I go. But this is the last thing I'm saying. Grand Theft Auto 4 was the first GTA game with multiplayer. Within that game, you could go into free mode and do all kinds of random shit with your friends. There were glitches to get in and out of buildings, underneath the water. You could even fly a helicopter very slowly, very carefully into the Empire State Building and then fly down out the bottom of it and get under the map. You could literally fly a helicopter under the map. I was the glitch master in that game. I had them all written down, all the locations written down, how to do them. And I would literally go into free mode and ask people if they wanted to go on a glitch tour. You know, because everybody's getting bored. There's nothing really to do. There weren't any activities. So we start going around. I'm showing people glitches. That was great. That was a good time. Then another friend of mine named Will, as a matter of fact, from an old town I used to live in, he and I were playing at the same time. We lived on the same property next door to each other, and we realized that you were not allowed to co-op leveling up. Like, we did everything we could to try to invite each other to actual ranked things, the different missions you could do. And we're like, what the fuck? And it became a big point of contention in within like the community. Like, it was a big thing of discourse where almost everybody I talked to either didn't realize that or thought, man, that's fucked up. Why would they do that? Why would they take that away from us? You know, give us a free mode to play in, but not. We just couldn't figure it out. So I think, especially with the clue in GTA 5 of Roman and the Hatch, they're trying to tell us that they are sorry, and that one of these Easter eggs is involves multiple people. And I want to say 5. This is the last thing I'm going to say before I turn this thing off. I swear to God. There is a mission called Blitz Play. Within that within that mission, you break a wall down with a was it a garbage truck or tow truck? One of the two. I think it's a tow truck. I looked up Blitz Play. In football, a blitz play is where 5 or more people break through a wall of other people. A lot of what I feel like needs to be done has to do with breaking through something. I've heard pedestrians talk about going fast enough to get through it, but slow enough that you don't destroy yourself. I've heard people talking on the street, like just random conversations in this game about shit like that. They're telling us something, that there are Easter eggs, process-driven Easter eggs, and I really feel like they're going to reward us. How they're going to reward us, I don't know. The company has so much fucking money that it would be just dope to have a $1 million check dumped on you for figuring out the biggest Easter egg of all time. One of the biggest Easter eggs of all time. So join me on this. I have hours of footage to go through. I just want the support. I need to see that there are more than just me interested in this. Okay? If you are a Grand Theft Auto, now I want to use the word aficionado, but that's not right. If you're an aficionado, that's even better, because a lot of these clues have shit to do with other games. Like, I swear to God, I'm seeing some of this imagery in Skate, but we're not going to even go fucking there yet. Which it's very possible. There are people under NDAs that worked on GTA 5 that now work for other companies such as EA, and they want the shit solved. So if you dance around the NDA and give out clues without putting yourself in a legally actionable position, you can impress people with an idea. And if you are open-minded enough, you can carry that idea over to another platform, which would be from one game to another, is what I'm trying to say, and try to apply it there. So this is all about open-mindedness and awareness. It's really what it is. So anyway, thanks for listening to me babble. I don't know if I'm going to stream tonight. I really need to get the money made today, and it's already 5 minutes to noon. So I may just talk to you guys tomorrow, but I am definitely going to do a stream where I analyze pictures, analyze videos, all that different stuff, because there's just so much to explain. There's just a web of everything. So anyway, thanks for watching. I love you guys.